Ladies and gentlemen, adjust your headphones.
Come on in and shut the front door. You are welcome to the You Should Know Better podcast. News from the antagonist's shoes. Now, I believe it is season 5.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes,
season
sir.
5. I want to say episode 6.
Oh, you be right. You be right.
It's in episode 6. Yeah, we're back. We're back with another guest episode. We're here today with our good friend Ali. Ali, is it Ali Woods?
Ali Woods, that's me. Good friend. What's your name, man?
My name. I'm new to this. I'm new to this pod, bro. So let me introduce myself. Let me introduce myself. My name is Junior Mabiri. Thanks for having me on this pod. Now, guys. Now we've got Ali Woods on the pod. He's joined us for another guest episode. Ali, I want you to have a chance to obviously introduce yourself to our audience. Let them know what you do. Let them know what you're about. Let them know where they can find you. Obviously, we're then going to jump into your story about when you should have known better.
No, appreciate it, Junior. So I'm a comedian as well as Michael and Junior themselves. So I met Michael through the circuit, doing gigs together. And you can follow me out on social media. I do sketches, regular sketches at Ali Woods Gigs on social media. Also, if you're into comedy podcasts, I've got my own podcast with a comedy friend, more colleague than friend. But Tom,
laying the lines down there.
Yeah, you know how it is. You guys know exactly. This is just business.
It's a business.
I just met this guy before.
Yeah.
I just met this guy.
It's like a meetup. It's
New
like,
to the pod.
It's called All I Do Is Fail, and we just go through sort of the week's news and chat about different failures and have regular sections where listeners come in with their little additions. So if you want to check that out, we do weekly episodes. That's All I Do Is Fail. But otherwise, I just want to say it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you very much for having me, guys.
No worries. Sounds like a very inspirational.
No, Ali's never invited me on. I feel a bit sour. Ali's like, we met on the circuit. He's never invited me onto his podcast, but it's cool.
Listen, you're not.
It's mine now.
This is Ali's 10-15 minutes, all right? You can talk about yourself later.
This is what the should have known better is doing this podcast because I'm here to get grilled by Michael. To be fair, Akadiri, we stopped having guests now.
Routed. Just when I asked, yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Very, very recent, as of 2 minutes ago. We used to have guests. There's some old guests on there. But no, you can check that out. Of course, we'll have you on at some point, Michael, when we need to do like a demo, like a practice one. So thank you for having me, guys. So I'll talk about a time I should have known better, which is one of my early dating situations. One of my first dates in London, as like a fully fledged. I was living away from home. So I'm from North London anyway, but first time I was dating, I was living away from home.
Okay.
I had a job, So I was
City
like
boy,
feeling myself,
Jeez.
working in PR. Yeah. I was, to be fair, this is when I had a full-time job. This is I've done an internship and then I'd had
So you lived in London and just moved out of the family home, is that?
Yeah.
Okay,
into the what are we talking, the bachelor pad or what are we talking?
Oh, mate, penthouse suite.
Jeez, okay.
Third floor in Vauxhall. It was the walls are all cracked.
right on top of the Morley's.
Yeah, exactly. Precisely.
Bossman discount, yeah.
Yeah, that was a section that was a box we ticked on Rightmove. That was a chicken shop adjacent as well. The little box there. We live next to a guy called Mikey, who was a legit criminal. He really liked us though. We got on with him, and he would always have a different bike every day. And then once we had like a builder around to do some stuff, and he like sold the builder like a $2,000 generator. He was like, "I just found it, brother. I just found it." I was like,
"What?
Yeah, crazy.
Where did he get the generator from?"
I just found it, but it just happened to
God.
Literally nicked off a building site. There was one time I was in the shower. There was a on the door, and it was the police. They'd come and they were like, "Does Michael blah blah blah? I don't remember his surname. Live here?" And we were like, "Bruv, you've got the wrong flat." And Mikey had given the police like different number flat details.
Oh, right.
And he wasn't there. He'd scuppered. And anyway, it turned out that he'd like planned a robbery of the bottom flat with his mate because they'd got annoyed that he'd had to skip outside. But it's so funny.
What?
Oh my goodness!
Can we get Mikey on after this?
This guy
get him on series 6.
I'll say he'll probably try and flog a few generators while he's on here as well.
That's chaos.
Yeah. So that was the sort of environment. But I was feeling it, man. I was like, yes, this is me. I'm an adult. I'm cool. I'm young, mate. I'm out in town. So I went out for my friend's birthday, and I'd got with this girl just on the dance floor, and we exchanged numbers. It was in Clapham Grand, so that should have been my first red flag. Yeah.
I've never done a night out there. I've done brunch there. What's a night out there like?
You know what? I haven't been since, but I remember they've got my picture on the wall. I
completed it.
Yeah, exactly. I remember it being a sort of just like a play pit of London graduate people, sticky floors, everyone drinking like shots and then getting double gin and tonics and music being like generic chart music and stuff. So like the dream night out, basically. Yeah.
For a guy in your situation at the time, that sounds like that's where you needed to be.
100%. So, but she was really fit, right? And I don't want to toot my own horn, but I was like not playing it cool. I was like, oh my god, I can't.
You were punching.
I was like, oh, this is unbelievable. Clapham Grand, the gods have blessed me. So we exchanged numbers. So I was like, right, time to get in the date. So got in the date after work on a Friday night. Okay, she works in the city as well. Classic. So I'm like, all right, safe. So I get there. It's just like a pub round like Bank Station, and we decided like let's get a bottle of wine between us because I'm classy like that. You know, I got moves, guys. Like,
I'm with that.
Bottle of wine. Okay, all right.
I'm like,
red or white?
White, obviously.
Oh, you're good, man.
Obviously.
If it was red, I was going to have to click that eject button from this.
Obviously.
2 words. House white. That is the
yes, please.
Exactly, yeah. Cheapest druggies. So I get a bowl and we're chatting. She's Australian, right? And we're chatting away. It's just normal chat, making a few jokes and finding out about each other's lives. And then like she just drops this thing randomly. She goes, that's why I don't like Korean people because they're all really rude.
Lord.
And I was like,
Lord.
I was
hypocrisy
like,
in that.
Yeah, I was like, ooh.
Jeez.
So I was like, oh, I don't think you should like say that about a whole group of people.
Don't lie. He was like, me too. Thanks for coming out and staying with me. I love you. When are we going back home?
I can't wait for you to say it. I was going to say it myself.
Exactly. Yeah. I quickly cancelled my plans at that Korean bao restaurant we were going to after. I was like,
dim sum, dim who?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I did. It wasn't the kimchi that I'd planned, but So I was like, oh. No, I'm not sure. That's probably not good to say. And she was like, oh, you're so sensitive. I'm like the least racist person ever. And I'm like, well, this is just what I think.
Out of Trump's book.
Yeah, this is it. This is just what I think, right? And then she was like, I can't believe you accuse me of being racist. It's absolutely ridiculous. And then so we have this like little argument. And then she's like, well, like I can't be bothered with this anymore. I'm just going to leave. And I was like, all right, okay, well, look. Maybe it was just a miscommunication.
Trying to bring it back. You heard what he said. He's thinking, you know what?
She's flames. So I'm like, this is a case of, in my head, I'm like, you know, that's not on. I've seen the type of person she is. So I'm probably not going to date this person.
I don't even know that many Koreans anyway. So
exactly. But we're already here, so you know I might as well complete this one date that we have.
I see what you said.
So that's the moral compass that it's very difficult to say.
Then when you're clapping cheeks, it's very easy to.
So you can forgive. So then I'm like, look, we'll finish this bottle of wine. Look, I'll go get a bottle of the bowl if you fancy staying. She was like, okay, fine. So I'm like, okay. I'm in my head being like, well, maybe this isn't going to be Miss Dream Girl, but whatever. We get a second bottle of wine. Yeah. And we chat. It's going all right. And then we move in. We're sitting in a booth and we chat away. And then she a few times has like, give me a little slap on the face. And the slaps are becoming increasingly hard and I think she thinks she's being playful.
Mm-hmm.
But now she's like just like slapping me up. So I was like, I stopped her. I blocked one. and then I was like, he stopped slapping me.
And he's got alcohol in him as well. You know, it's harder and harder each time.
It's in slow motion. Like it's coming.
Dude, you're bobbing and weaving.
Yeah, man, I had to block one. And I was like, he stopped slapping me. And then she went, oh my God, you're so sensitive. Are you gay? Like,
oh my God. Get
2 for 2.
Yeah.
2 for 2.
Well,
so now I'm like, I don't think that's not cool. And then she's like, oh my God, you're literally the most sensitive person I've ever met. Are you like, this is ridiculous. Like, I'm not homophobic. So we argue about that. And then she's like, right, I'm just going to leave. And I was like, yeah, fine. Okay, cool. So she gets her coat and leaves. I'm like, right, date over. I message my mates because I know they're out in Leicester Square. I'm like, what are you guys saying? Are you out? I think this date might be over. And then
he's let her peek.
I think. So, and then she comes back to the table with another bottle of wine.
From where?
So
she's gonna go it from the bartender?
From Mikey, clearly.
Or did she forget? He's outside regenerator and ice cream.
So she's just dropped the shoulder and looked to leave, and then clearly gone, actually, no, let's continue the date and come back with another bottle of wine. So I'm like, look, come on, I can't entertain this.
Nah, just finish.
But we've got another drink now.
Judas got no morals. Look at that. Judas would have even blocked his ears.
what kind of wine are we talking? I know it's not house anymore. I know we've moved up now.
Yeah, exactly.
We're on the Sauvignon Blanc now.
Yeah, we moved from the Chardonnay to the Sauvignon.
Yeah, we moved up. Yeah.
There are some positives. There are some.
Wrap this one up. It's a good story.
Yeah, exactly. What she doesn't have in sort of ethics, like she makes up for in wine tasting. So now we're starting to make out in the booth, right?
You're just about to mention Korean friend. I can't believe this. Do you know what, mate? Don't worry about it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. Who's that you're talking to? Jason. What's the white name? John.
Their name isn't Kim.
Yeah, exactly.
Their name isn't Kim or Son.
Yeah. So now we're making out. I'm like to her. And I don't know what the next move is, but I'm like, right, what I think could happen is we're a bit drunk and she's clearly up for like stuff. What I'm thinking is I've already messaged my friends. They've said they're unnecessary. Come join them. I'm thinking, might ask her, do you want to come join my friends? Get in more of a group environment. Maybe like that, get some second opinions on this. Maybe, you know.
What second opinions you need?
Maybe she'll get diluted because maybe one-on-one she's very racist. Maybe in a group.
When a guy needs a second opinion, he knows he's wrong, but he just wants validation.
Just one person to go, man, get over it. It's fine.
Wasn't that bad?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So we are then. We're like, right, I said to her, my mate's in Leicester Square out pub. Do you want to join them? She's like, yeah, it sounds fun. So we go to the tube station. On the way, I don't know why, we get another bottle of wine from the supermarket. So now we're on our fourth bottle of wine of the night, right? We're getting on the tube, and as we're going down onto the platform and stuff, she's like pulling me into the side and like kissing me quite aggressively and stuff. And then when we get onto the tube, like it's quite busy, so she's sitting and I'm standing, and she just like grabs my cock. She just like goes. I
don't think she wants to meet your friends.
That's all.
So I'm like batting her away, like they're literally like kids on this. Like this is all well and good, but
wait, are you on the train while this happened, or waiting
on the tube? This is now on the tube. Yeah, legit.
Oh, right.
And she says to me this line. She goes, you know, I would have let you ravage my tits. You just had to ask.
These people from down under.
What's going on in Australia, cuz?
I don't know. You met Steve Owens or whatever family member. I don't know who this is.
This is just
they're giving a bad name.
No, we're not even on to first base at this point.
Australia's from Tasmania or what? What part is she from?
I have no idea, but arguably maybe it hasn't been discovered yet. And so
probably.
So I say to her, look, okay, obviously this is moving. Do you fancy, like, let's sack off friends? You can come back to mine if you want to? And she was like, yeah, sounds good. So we go back to mine. I was living in Vauxhall, so we got off at Oval to walk, right? We get up to the top. I don't know if you've been to Oval Station. We get up to the top of the escalators, and then we walk into the barrier. And then I realize, where's she gone? Like, she's not here. She's sitting on some seats instead with her head in her hands. And I walk up to her, I'm like, hey, are you all right? And she gets up and she goes, can you fuck off? Can you fuck off right now? And then I was like, good one. I was like, what's going on? Have I done something? And then she like gets up and starts laughing, like, but not like laughing like, I got you, like laughing maniacally. And then goes to the barrier, goes through. Now I'm like walking after her, and I'm like, what are you doing? Are you coming back to mine? Are you going home? Like, I'm not gonna leave you here. And then she goes. Now we're out on the streets, and she goes to this group of guys. She's like, this guy's taking me somewhere. I don't know where he's taking me. I'm like, whoa. And you know when, like, how do you look safe?
On the one that, because I was looking at your background, I can see the cell that you're in, so it makes sense. I'm glad you're doing this from HMS Belmarsh.
Like from HMP Belmarsh. Yeah.
They got better Wi-Fi here than my flat, so it's actually worked out well. It's in the podcast studio of Worm and Scrub. So
lights out at 9.
Yeah, that's why I have to go so quick, you know. So then fortunately the guys are sound. They look at her like laughing and waving, and look at me being like, I literally don't know what's going on. And they're like, I don't think that's what's happening. They leave across the road. And then I go to her, I'm like, look, just like go home. Go back to Oval Station. How are you getting home? And then she just starts running over the road.
No, you are going out with a sim. This is a sim because
someone spilled lemonade on the keyboard, and this is
now it's just behaving erratic. I got work in a minute. She's gonna go to bed.
And that is the last I saw of her. Imagine the last you saw, just running into the night. I messaged her. I said, "Hope you got home safe." And that's all that.
He's probably still running, cuz what?
Nah, you went out of a sim or an Android or so, because this behavior is.
Oh my goodness!
So all I'm saying is, if you're out there listening to this, I'd love to have a second date. Hit me up, Ali. That was a time when I should have known that.
I don't know. I don't. I think.
At one point, no. I think
no. That's what I'm saying. The point when you should have known. The date is fine. Obviously, you don't know. The date is fine. The point you should have known about is probably when she started spitting out the. I'm not a fan of K-pop and all of that stuff. That's when you probably need to be like,
yeah. That's what I'm saying. I should have had that. If I had morals, and I would have gone. Oh, you know what? I don't think we'd get on. To be honest, I think that's a terrible thing to think. So we have to split ways. But
and then she thought you were gay. I don't even know what that says also about her. The fact that she thinks that about you. Do you know what I mean?
There's multiple times where the ejector seat should have been pushed.
Yeah, so it's all very, very strange behavior.
But that's
very strange behavior.
But Ali is a man. Ali is a man that could say, "Look, if it's just cheeks one time, then I can overlook."
But Michael's
everything.
like that. Michael, we've had this discussion.
So we could be like, "Look, I will let go of all morals."
Yeah, you're like that though. Don't.
The
conversation. I object to this. But let's say, for example, you're getting busy with a girl.
This is Chappelle's special. Right? This is Chappelle's special.
I am obliged. Yeah, I'm obliged by my ancestor to pick up my pants. Yeah, take the £5 that she left me to get cab home and go yard. That's what I'm obliged to do. Michael takes it from love of you that he needs to finish his job, which I totally disagree.
All I said is if a man knows,
you can't really have a go at
finish. If you're within 10 seconds, then you just heard what she said. Take its course.
I think you should go on a date
after that. Now you got
Australian Tasmanian devil. We should go on a date with this Australian Tasmanian devil and see what happens.
She's wild. No, that'll be her mental health, boy. Boy, Ali, you dodged one there. That's for sure, man. No, but thank you, Ali, for coming on, sharing your story.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Hope you have better dating luck in the future, boy.
Cheers, man. Thank you very much. And if you're Australian and crazy, you know where to find me. But otherwise,
I got a few for you. Don't worry, man. I've got a few for you.
I'm sure you do.
I'll line you up, son.
Right. Take care, guys. Thank you so much for having me. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Shout out Ali, man.
I really hope he gets out of jail soon.
I saw your face through that whole thing. You're like, fair enough. Everything he said,
Nah, none of that stuff. It's the wine I'm involved with. You know why? Then I'm off out after me. Can't wait for that bottle. You crazy?
Let's move into the main segment of the pod. This is the You Should Know Better segment. This is where we look at a prominent news story and we consider it from an antagonist's shoes and ask ourselves, should they have known better? So we spoke about obviously the war in Ukraine, Russia's invasion of Ukraine last week. And we're going to stick with that topic for this part because obviously we've seen a lot of people around the world really generating money, collecting money, fundraising to support the efforts, particularly of people who are now refugees who have had to leave their home. But there are some individuals who see this as an opportunity to do crime. They see this opportunity to make money, even though they're not from Ukraine, even though they've never been to Eastern Europe. They see this as a chance to give money. So there is a man, obviously we don't know who this man is. And the picture of him is very pixelated. I don't know what 3310 they took this picture from.
Nah, he looks like a Neanderthal. I think they took it from.
Bruv, I said that's I said Homo sapien. I don't know where this guy is on the evolution chart.
Where the Homos? This guy looks like Neanderthal. He's like a freak. It's like a fake.
Bruv, they're never gonna find this guy. This guy, I think he must have time traveled or something. Because this guy.
I'm telling you, that's why the picture's so blurry.
Oh, we have to put this picture up to see this guy, but this pixelated picture, this artifact, I should call him. He's allegedly they were collecting money in a cafe in Stratford. Allegedly on the 3rd of March, there was about £100 in there, and this man ran in, took the collection box, done the digital dash, and they've not seen him since. So. Luckily for us on You Should Know Better, we're able to get guests in, whether they're Neanderthals or Homo sapiens, but we're able to get them in. And we're lucky to have the guest. We're not going to say his name because we're not going to snitch to the feds. We're not those type of people. But I'm going to get this Neanderthal right here. Junior's going to be the Neanderthal. And why? No, we're not going to do it. Okay, why are you stealing money for people who need it more than yourselves?
Thanks for having me on the show. I just want to raise awareness to the Neanderthals out there. It's World International Women's Day, but it's also International Neanderthals Day. You have to, you have to remember us. We are the one with the spears, the hunting meat. do DNA 23, you'll find out you also have DNA blood in you. So don't discriminate.
Shit. Oh man,
don't discriminate. But yeah, look. I thought that money was for me. Okay.
Are you fleeing a war? What have you flown? What are you fleeing?
I'm persecution. You Homo sapiens keep chasing me, baby.
You're fleeing evolution. That's what you're fleeing.
I'm trying to stay alive out here, but my brethren are gone. My brethren are gone. No, listen. I thought it was for me because I went to the shop.
Yeah.
To go and buy flint and wood to go and make a fire.
Well, that's the motor, bro.
That's way in the future. It's too way in the future. I'm not ready for that one. I saw the box. It said my name on it. It said
your name's Ukraine.
No, my name's Kane, but it said you. This is you, Kane. So I said, oh, this must be for me. It says you, Kane. So I knew it was mine. I took the box, and then people started chasing me. Now, what would you do if somebody's chasing you? If somebody's chasing you, what are you automatically gonna do?
Yeah,
what will you do?
Yeah.
You'll flee.
Yeah.
You'll just flee. You don't even know what they're chasing you for. You just.
But I wouldn't flee with the money box.
But it's got my name on it, so why would I not take you? It's got my name on it. It belongs to me. It belongs to me. Seeing my name all over the news this week. I don't know why.
You can't. So you thought they're talking about you?
Yeah. So
you think Putin's after you?
I would think so. Yeah, he's after you. Let me find you.
He thinks he wants to take you under his possession.
When I see him, I'll see him. Listen.
This Neanderthal, this hair chucking.
I'm looking out for him. So yeah, that's why I ran. And I took it. Now people are telling me, you're telling me, I've seen my face. I don't know how they got that photo because you're not allowed to take photos of
this one artifact.
Yeah, I don't know how they got that photo, but I wasn't ready for that. But I saw myself on the news and they're saying that they're looking for me. I was on Crime Watch earlier this week. I don't know why.
Are you going to give the money back?
Well, this is the problem, okay? So I already spent the money. But
on what?
This is on what?
Yeah.
on tools, tools to survive. Tools.
In your country, you saw £100. So in the currency, they were back in those days. You must be a billionaire.
Shells and bones, bro. I'm up. Me. I'm up. How many caves I've got now? Damn, I'm up. but no, I've set up a GoFundMe page. To raise money so I can return the box. So you just need to donate minimum, £1,000, and then I'll have enough energy and resources to then return.
So then you'll fundraise to replenish what you took.
No. I'm fundraising for myself, and then I'll get that energy from that money to then return the box. To be fair, it was £99.60, so I'll even be.
They even rounded up the £100 estimate.
But I'm gonna add the extra 40p just to be nice.
Look at
you can go on the GoFundMe page. It's at www.gofundme/you Kane.
Where's the Undertaker and all of this? Where's the Undertaker? Actually looks a bit like the Undertaker still.
But they should get me on WWE.
That is mad. No, obviously on the show is mad. It's always sad, when obviously someone's trying to do something good, but also someone will see the good you're trying to do.
But did the box say you
come on, get out of here, man. Get out of here. It blows my mind. But at the end of the day, this man, we can assume what this Neanderthal is. We never know if he's from this generation, but let alone whether he's homeless. Maybe there's mental health.
I don't think this is a true story. If you look at that picture, that man is not from this millennia. So there's no way. There is no way he stole that box. And the thing is, it's so close to his face. Why is it so pixelated?
Who took this photo? That's so curious.
We need more answers.
It's not CCTV because it's at the level of his face. You know what I mean? It's not from a higher up.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Unless they've zoomed in and I don't know, they've done some manipulation to make it look like that. But I'm looking at that, and this guy is not looking like.
He's not looking from this.
Not from
he's not from this generation.
Not this one.
Not this period before the World Wars.
He's that guy. You know. He knows where Atlantis is, so we need to be careful.
But hopefully he returns the money. But anyway, it just goes to show, like, people will see good and will think, let me do evil, and they're so self-centered. People are fleeing, but for him, maybe in his mind, maybe he rationalized that the same way they're homeless, in the same way I'm homeless.
How do you know he's homeless?
Huh? I'm trying to give this guy a reason to justify his chaotic lifestyle and his behavior. If he's not homeless, it's even worse. Maybe his upcoming electricity bill said, "Boy, I need to start raising."
I don't I'm gonna have to join him too, boy. Where's my balaclava?
Next month's gonna be a bloodbath.
Well, they can't go from me. They can't cut off that Russian oil. Just not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Let's get to summer that you can do your
bro. Yeah, like the thing. Like, obviously, politically, it's the right thing to do, but economically, boy. We're going to feel the pinch.
The thing is, the US have sanctions on Venezuela, right? They've raised sanctions on Venezuela to provide oil and stuff like that. So because of Russia, right? Because of Russia, they want to obviously impose sanctions on Russia. They're trying to talk to Venezuela. Say, listen,
hey, long time, babes.
We'll ease the sanctions on you, man. We've got bigger fish to fry.
Bro, that's the thing. It shows about keeping friends, man. All this political stuff shows about how you got to keep friends. Don't be making unnecessary enemies. You never know when you're going to meet someone.
For real. But let me jump.
What you got for me?
Let me jump onto my story. So, one of the biggest artists in the UK, probably globally as well now, Ed Sheeran, has been accused of borrowing from lesser-known artists as he defends the Shape of You copyright claim. So, there's been this artist. I don't know if people have heard this song. It's from about 2015. Sorry. I think the guy's name is Sammy. The song's called The Way You Are. No, the song's called Shape of You. No, the song's called Oh Why. That's it. The song's called Oh Why by Sammy Curry and Ross Donahue. But anyway, Ed Sheeran says he's been given a hard time actually by prosecutors who say he's been treated unfairly because he hasn't actually taken elements of their song. Now, if you go back and listen to that song, I can't lie, Ed, I can't lie. brother, it sounds like his track. But you know, people can naturally come up with flows themselves. But anyway, Ed Sheeran has denied that he's borrowed ideas from other artists and only acknowledges the work that he's had with famous artists such as Shaggy, Coldplay, Rihanna, and Jay-Z. So anyway, these two artists have taken him to court. I think it's an ongoing case. Ed Sheeran and his lawyers have, of course, denied it, but it's a bit fishy. So I'm going to put Michael in the shoes of Ed Sheeran. And we want you to kind of explain what's going on here, because I'm sure you've heard the songs as well. They sound very similar. Have you been biting the flow of this guy like Drake did to Big Draco, aka Soldier Boy? Are you doing the same thing? Are you doing the same thing? Draco.
Oh, look, man, I'm the biggest artist in the world.
So
I can sell out Wembley Arena day after day after day after day. I was busking. I've been writing. I can write a song in 2 hours. What do you think I'm doing? It's stealing people's flow. People stealing my flow. Why do I need to steal someone else's flow?
Well, look, if you look at the track, right, and the date of it when it was released, and then you listen to Shape of You, the song that you made, it sounds uncanny. It sounds very similar. And there's even reports that this guy, apparently, this guy lives down your road as well. Apparently lives down your road. So
it's not the road Ed Sheeran's on. That's for sure.
Oh, well, before it sounds like you took the same
house on the hill with no neighbours.
Big ass criminal flatmate.
I got big ass criminal flatmates.
3, 4, 5.
Never Femfel can get to where I'm living.
The Hugh Hefner doesn't understand for the way that I'm living. Hugh Hefner. But no, what's going on? Like, come on, it's sounding like the song sounds very familiar. I mean, familiar. That's a familiar, you know.
I think, you know what? I like to support other artists. I like to support what they're doing. And obviously, Sammy Switch, he's done well with that song. But it's not my song. It's not Shape of You. Shape of You is triple, quadruple platinum. Sammy Switch, it's not double, quadruple platinum.
But that's you're kind of feeding into the narrative again. I point to Drake and him teething Big Draco's track. That didn't blow, but Drake's one did, and this is exactly what's happening here. So it sounded like your story sounds very, very similar, Ed.
Look, man, this is the propaganda. When you're the biggest act, this is the propaganda. When you're the biggest act, everyone wants to see your downfall. Everyone's trying to come for you. You know, I'm a nice guy. I shout people out, man. Like when I do stuff with Stormzy, Dave, you know, I shout them out. You know, I pay it forward. You know, Wiley has a problem with me, but that's Wiley. He's cancelled. But you know what I mean? They can't cancel Ed.
Well, why don't you shout at Sammy then? Why don't you shout at Sammy?
They can't cancel Big Ed.
Why do you shout at Sammy? You stole his bars. Word for word, flow for flow.
I didn't know, bar for bar. I didn't steal his stuff, man. That's the thing, and that's what my lawyer's arguing right now. We in the old Bailey. We in the courts.
I'm not sure which court it is. I'm not sure which court it is,
but no, we're in the courts, and look, the High Court, and I'm sure my lawyer will find me not guilty. You know, I can go back to what I do best: is making music, making money.
It's not up to your lawyer to find you not guilty, but anyway,
my lawyer, you know, if you know how we know the judge.
So you're doing underground stuff.
Boy, he can come to Wembley, he can sit anywhere he wants.
Who?
The judge.
I see. So you got him tickets. What
was I watching? Was it? I think it was either Snoop Dogg or R. Kelly. I think it was R. Kelly in the 90s when he had one of these court cases. The judge found him guilty. He said, "Come to my after party." The judge was
there. Raving with him.
I said, yeah,
one day got away with his nonsense for so long.
Come on, man. This is perfect. The judge is there.
I like R. Kelly.
Sipping on gin and juice. No wonder.
Oh man, yeah. But listen, anyway, it's an interesting story, and I think
big up the young the songwriters who are not as big as Ed Sheeran and getting this to the High Court, man. Because sometimes, you know, you can say someone snapped your stuff. It happens in comedy too. You know, this person nabbed my joke. This person nabbed this, nabbed that, and you bar or quarrel. bar a little maybe social media back and forth, it doesn't really go anywhere. So big up to them as the smaller people in this in the game to take it to such a high level and fighting for what truly they feel is theirs. It's the creative process. You know, you can't teeth that.
Yeah, definitely. I just feel, I mean, of course, there are instances where songs just sound very similar. And naturally, people are going to come and say my dears, and naturally, you're going to come up saying melodies and flows. Having said that, this one sounds extremely, extremely similar. I mean, just the hook and the chorus. I mean, I'm not saying he even did it. I'm not saying he did it, but I'm saying he may have not even known. He may have been subconscious. But the guy definitely has a case here.
Well, that's why it's at the High Court.
This guy definitely needs to address this. And yeah, I mean, copyright infringement laws are there for copyright infringement laws are there for a reason, innit? And, you know, and there are cases where small artists do get the wet pinch by bigger artists, and you never hear that song. Until cases like these. You go on that song right now, I guarantee you the top comments are, "Oh, Ed Sheeran brought me here." And that's testament.
Well, hopefully, this guy, I'm sure he hopes he wins. But regardless of the outcome of the court case, if it sheds a light on his work and his ability, then maybe it could be that blessing in disguise. But I'm sure with the cost that he's probably racked up, I'm sure he probably needs to win, boy, because take us on to the High Court's not easy.
Yeah, you need to have them real lawyer fees. But again, I hope I do hope Ed's not guilty. I hope it was just a case of subconsciously, maybe, or
because you don't want to believe one of the biggest artists or the biggest artist in the world is Nick and stuff. You don't want to believe that. You want to trust that it's organic. And he's saying he can write tunes in 2 hours.
Yeah, I'm sure he can. I don't even doubt his penmanship.
You're able to. That's 2 hours. You can make millions. Just
whether that song makes it down to the. I think it's probably easier if you're doing rap, because in rap, man. They're man in a state. The song's 2 minutes. They don't even make no sense what they're saying on the track.
Well, like Lil Pump or Ski Masters, the Slap Dog.
That was that Young Thug and Future album. I don't know what they were saying on the album.
Produced slime or
whatever. They just put that shit out there. I don't know what it said. That was definitely 2 hours work, bro.
Mumble rap. That's the way forward. What have we got? What's the throwback? What have we got?
Let me jump on the throwback. So this day of the week, 8th of March, it's kind of poignant with Russia. So this was the day the February Revolution began, which led to the end of the Tsarist rule in Russia. Now, during World War One, the Russians were fighting the Germans and the Austro-Hungarians and the Turks, and they were losing the war. So effectively, on the March 8th, 1917, there was a riot in Petrograd, which is now St. Petersburg. A bread riot. There was no bread. There was no bread in the city.
Yeah, because Hovis.
They were doing Hovis, which is there's no Gorado Music or whatever they call it. I want no label on the wrapper.
The ruble bread, fam.
Newspaper bread. So that was the last straw. And basically, the people in the city, they revolted. And basically, it was the Soviets, the small Soviets in that city revolted. And that set a cascade and chain of revolution around the country, which ultimately brought down the Tsarist regime and ultimately led to the Soviet Union.
History lesson.
Yeah, so you know,
and the KGB, which Putin was a part of. Look at history.
Not then. That was NKVD. KGB.
No, this ancient history, archaeology.
They came a little bit later, but yeah, NKVD were the precursors of them. So yeah, it's just another incident of Eastern Europe being in the news. But anyway, Michael, wrap it up.
That's been another episode of You Should Know Better. Have a great week and don't do anything that's going to make us say you should know better. Take care and peace.